Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis in the Dairy Queen parking lot, Tivoli, Texas. Maybe I got an ice cream cone, maybe I didn't. But I'll tell you this much, I got an ice cream cone. Tivoli has a population of 419 people. And we're going to drive about 20 miles on Highway 35 up to Port Lavaca, Texas. There's the light in Tivoli. They got a flashing light. That is the only light in town. They've added a few stores here recently, which is great. You can see a gas station up here. That's been here for a while. Looks like they remodeled it though. But to get any other type of service, you got a good drive. You'd either have to go to Victoria or Rockport or Port Lavaca. So that's a minimum of 20 miles away to get anything else that you needed that they didn't sell at the convenience store or the Family Dollar and the Dollar Tree that they just added within the last few years. We're going to come up on the Guadalupe River up here. We're going to cross a lot of rivers and bayous. Pretty neat, the Guadalupe. It starts all the way up by Kerrville, Texas. 230 miles away. And we'll cross it here, and then it just travels a little further, and it winds up emptying into Guadalupe Bay. And we've actually gone down the river road alongside the Guadalupe River, and I think we might want to try to do that again in the future. We didn't go down far, and there are gators in the Guadalupe in this area. I remember there was a little trailer park we drove through, and they had a lot of alligator warning signs. You can see we have a gorgeous day. It is really windy though. And I did just clean my windshield inside and out before we started. But when the wind's blowing like this, I wouldn't be surprised if we have a whole lot of Texas on the outside of the windshield by the time we get there. Should we get the maintenance work out of the way and get out the dad joke calendar? Look at all the beautiful flowers on the side of the road, guys, and that's been everywhere I've driven the last few days. There's the Guadalupe River. Wish the camera was able to catch that more. Sorry, folks. It looks really cool, guys. Dad joke number 1. I don't know about this one, guys. Dad, can you put the cat out? I didn't know it was on fire. Oh, okay, this one has to be better, right? We're going to do another one just to make up for that one. What do you call an angry carrot? What do you call an angry carrot? A steamed vegetable. Not bad. I have my coffee with me, so let me take a sip of that and get the taste of that joke out of my mouth. Next thing right here we're coming up on is Schwings Bayou. Schwings. Schwings Bayou. And that's a good area apparently for kayaking. And it opens up to Mission Lake, which is nice. You know, the other day I was thinking, like, bayou. Bayou's not a French word, right? And I looked up the meaning of it, and it's the French version of the word bayuk, B-A-Y-U-K, bayuk. And that is a Choctaw word meaning small stream. And then the good Cajun people got a hold of it and made it a bayou. And that originated in the late 1600s, early 1700s. So in the 1500s, no one knew what a bayou was. Now, we all know what the bayou is. Shoot 'em, Elizabeth, shoot 'em. There's a bunch of things coming up right here. Hog Bayou. That got its name from the amount of wild hog and boar and javelinas in the area. And that's just another little stream. Hog Bayou opens up into Alligator Slide Lake. Alligator Slide Lake. You think there's going to be some gators down there? You can see by the guardrail here, we're going through a lot of marshy bayou type areas as we head to Port Lavaca. Not that you could see it, but to our very far left is Green Lake. And 110 years ago, Green Lake was the largest natural lake in Texas. Of course, they've created bigger lakes now with dams and things like that, but Green Lake was the biggest one at one point in history. And it's a tidal lake. So a tidal lake to me kind of sounds like a bay, but that's just my opinion. What do I know? On our right up here is Buffalo Lake. And after that is Gulf Bayou, Goff, Gulf Bayou. And they have signs for all this as we're driving. What is really cool is we're coming up on the Victoria Barge Canal. And that goes from San Antonio Bay all the way up to Victoria, Texas. And it's still in use. A canal that I see a lot of barges going up carrying natural gas and oil, but sometimes cargo. And if you notice, guys, like I'm going pretty slow. I'm going about 15, 20 miles an hour under the speed limit, and I'm slowing down at these crossings, and no one has come up behind me. I'm not being tailgated. I don't see anyone in my rear view mirror. So, yeah. Now, that could all change depending on the time of day, people coming and going from work. I'm doing this about noon. But, yeah, this is a speedway at rush hour. You see people going 100 through here quite often. Yeah, we got another light, huh? We're good this time. Railroad tracks. Well, we made it through there without an accident. There's a lot of colorful names just reading the signs here. There's a West Coloma Creek, and then 100 yards later, East Colmana Creek. And then they get creative. There's a Chocolate Bayou, and Chocolate Bayou opens up to Chocolate Bay. And I've seen that bay going down to Indianola, Texas, and kind of over by where Magnolia Beach is. Chocolate Bay opens up to Lavaca Bay. And I'm looking forward to this trip. This was my buddy Todd's idea, and Todd sent me a chunk of cash for gas money, or he suggested Port Lavaca, but he also said, or wherever it's needed. So I like an excuse to get out on the road. I got gas 2 days ago for $2.81 a gallon at the HEB in Rockport, Texas. I'm sorry, at Murphy's in Rockport, Texas. And that included a 10-cent discount per gallon. And when I just passed it now, it was $3.19 a gallon. And yesterday it was $3.25 a gallon. I don't know, paying under $3 a gallon seems reasonable to me now. They kind of got me trained. But I don't like paying over $3 a gallon. Not when the oil companies are all making record profits. But I'd also like to say that I do love being out on the road here. And even just a simple road like this, it's flat. There's not a whole lot going on. But I haven't been up here in probably 2 years. So, and as I'm passing the historical markers without checking, I can tell you what each historical marker is about. The historical markers in this area are plentiful and lengthy. They go into great details. And I really wish sometimes they would just give me the highlights. Especially if it's a property that changed hands. It lists, the one I read from the Cedars, I think that was just yesterday, in Rockport. I didn't need to list the owners every time it changed hands and things like that. Just give me the general story. Give me something to go by, and if it interests me, then I'll go look it up and get some more details. Not too far from Port Lavaca, guys. Port Lavaca has a Buc-ee's, but it's like a mini Buc-ee's. It's the size of a normal convenience store. And they do carry some of the Buc-ee's items, like some of the sandwiches and some of the chips and things like that. But other than that, it's your basic convenience store. And if I had one of the boys with me, that was a definite stop, just to say you've been to a Buc-ee's. But I don't think I've ever gone in there by myself. Commercialism's kind of lost on me. It's pretty rare I'll go somewhere because that's what you're supposed to do, you know? There's a bug on the windshield. I figured we would pick up a bug at some point, and there's a nice splatter. Considering all the bayous we just drove through, having a couple dead bugs isn't that bad. Looks like I got a fly in the truck here with me as well. I don't know where he came from. I have seen some birds flying. I saw a roseate spoonbill just to the right there. But most of this ride from Rockport to Tivoli and Tivoli to Port Lavaca, it's ranch, farm, and then some swampy bayou type areas along the Hug the Coast Highway. But I do enjoy just getting out and checking things out. Trying to make these Saturday videos more of a driving video and make them a little longer. And if you want to watch them, that's awesome. If you don't, I get it. I know sometimes I try to stay current on all my friends' videos, and then I look and I'm like, 48 minutes. I got crap to do. I'm homeless and I live in my truck, and I got crap to do. Fortunately, the people I do watch, most of them make really good videos, and we have a little unwritten rule. They watch my crappy videos and I watch their crappy videos, and we have a good time. I like watching travel videos. I like videos where people are just kind of talking about the same thing, or people that are on a farm or on their own land, because you get to know the land, you get to know the farm animals, you get to know what's in their garden, you get to know them. And you get tied in. I don't watch much regular TV. I'll watch 10-minute clips of like swamp people, especially if it's Troy and Pickle Wheat out hunting for gators. But everything else I watch is usually YouTube videos. I'll go through a streak where I'll watch a couple movies a week, and then I realize all the new movies are crap anyway for the most part. Yeah, like Oppenheimer won the Academy Award, and I'm like, yeah, that was okay. Did not need to be 3.5 hours. I got crap to do. Like, talk as I drive down the highway going to Port Lavaca. To be honest with you, I was a little hesitant about going on this trip because if I had some type of medical emergency, I didn't want to be too far from my doctors, but that's what they got ambulance rides for. And I was thinking, what if I have truck trouble? Well, that's what they got AAA for. And I was thinking, well, I don't want to spend the money. And it occurred to me, it's not my money, it's Todd's money. Thank you again, Todd. I like spending Todd's money. But, Todd, I hope there wasn't anything in specific you wanted to see in Port Lavaca. What I'm going to try to do once I get there is drive down the main street like we're doing now, and maybe tilt the camera to the side, and then make a Port Lavaca video, and try to show things I necessarily haven't shown in my other Port Lavaca videos. So that might be a little bit of a challenge, but I know there's a lot there. I'm going to stay overnight on Magnolia Beach. I'm not a big fan of Magnolia Beach. I know it's free. You can stay there for 2 weeks. But I think you can also stay free on Indianola Beach. And I've never done that before. So I'm going to take a look at them both and kind of eye the crowd that's there. And probably stay at Indianola Beach. I'm not 100% sure that you can stay there. I didn't check online. I'm just going by past experience. But, yeah, I've done Magnolia Beach before, and it's great that it's free. And just sometimes it's a little too crowded there just because more people know about it. So it is something to be aware of. Just getting to Victoria. There's that little Buc-ee's on the left there that we were talking about. And even though I was going slow, guys, you can see it's a pretty easy... There's that fly again. That fly's inside the truck, guys. It's a pretty quick ride from Tivoli to here. And even from Indianola Beach to Rockport, it's like 1 hour and 5 minutes, it says. And, you know, we're going to drive quicker than that. But this is Highway 35 in Port Lavaca, and we'll drive it to the other end of town. They have, like, every single fast food restaurant you could want right on this main road. You know, McDonald's, Whataburger, Burger King, Taco Bell, all that stuff. I used to go to that truck dealership right there, that Ford place, quite a bit. When I first moved here, I had a company truck that was a 2007 Ford. And this is where I was always told to take it for service. And I'm not sure why. I don't know if they bought it here. Because Aransas Pass has a Ford dealership that would have been a lot closer. And even Corpus Christi would have been closer. Yeah, we're getting some dead bugs there, guys, on the windshield. Sorry about that. You're not going to drive anywhere in Texas and not get some dead bugs on your windshield, let alone Hog Bayou and Chocolate Bayou. One of the things they recommend, like, things to do in Port Lavaca, they have the Calhoun County Museum. The other one is the Half Moon Lighthouse, which we'll actually drive by in a little bit. There's a high school stadium. Calhoun County ISD. You guys watch the monitor, I'll watch the road, so excuse me if I miss stuff. It's a little industrial along this road, but like I said, they have some strip malls. They have a Walmart here. They got a HEB. I don't know if the Walmart allows overnight parking or not. I never really checked, but I'd rather go down to Magnolia Beach or Indianola Beach, just south of here. I think Indianola Beach is about 20 minutes from here. There's Walgreens. Can't go wrong at the Walgreens. Saw Burger King. I always think I want to get food from Burger King, and then about once every 2 years I get food from Burger King, and I remember why I don't get food from Burger King more often. They do have a mean Hershey pie, though, when they have it. Always seems like whenever I would stop and ask for one, they would be out of it. They're like, here comes that fat guy. Tell him we don't have any pie left. Watch how mad he gets. Firehouse. I saw, big firehouse there for Calvin. And I saw an older firehouse kind of in the historic downtown area when I was here. There's the Burger King. Burger King, Dairy Queen. A lot of royalty around here, huh? There's the Wally World. A lot of newer hotels here. It's pretty industrial, especially when you get to the other side of Lavaca Bay. And I think that's what a lot of these hotels are for. But there are just some gorgeous areas in Port Lavaca. And I'm hoping we get to check out some of the parks along the water. There's a few I have not been to. And I had read they'd done work on them. So I would like to see that. Don't mention the big dead bug again, Dennis. You already did. I see 3 dead bugs. Okay, get it out of your system. Let's not mention it again. There's the Half Moon Lighthouse. That has a cool history. That was moved here. That is not the original location, and it was in use during the Civil War, and it's got a pretty cool history, all kinds of markers. And I've covered that pretty good in my other videos. So I might show that in my next video, but like I said, I want to try to show things I've never shown before. I've never gone into that park. They always had a fee there, so it looks neat. They got RVs in there. RV park, birding park. I'll have to check it out. I'll go see if we can talk our way in. And that was the whole main drag of Port Lavaca, guys. At least one side of it. This is Port Lavaca Bay. It's just Lavaca Bay, excuse me. From what I read, it was called Lavaca, the Spanish for cow. because of the amount of bison in the area. No more bison in this area anymore. But it was a processing center. Port Lavaca was a processing center. Especially its heyday was in the 1920s. And there is like a little industrial section along the water there where you can still see some of the older buildings. And there's some historical markers down there. And I have shown that in my other videos. The big ships will come up this far. But this is as far as they'll get. This is a low-lying bridge for the most part. And it does elevate a little bit in the center, but not anything close enough that would allow a big oil tanker to come through it. So they're usually heading to this industrial area just on the other side of Lavaca Bay. Really like I said, a gorgeous day for a ride. And I'm going to get to the other side and circle back and try to find us some interesting things to see. I definitely want to check out the park. I've driven by that 50 times and never gone in. I did check a few times, and it is a pay park similar to Rockport Beach. But I'm going to see how much it is, and if it's something reasonable, I'll just pay and go in for the day and do some filming. It looks like an old pipeline that maybe has seen better days. I wonder if a train went across here at some point. I'm sure Port Lavaca has an interesting history. I really like going to a place and learning a little and then reading about it and going back and put this back on the road. Well, guys, thanks for riding along today. Big thank you to Todd. Thanks for watching.